Hello, beautiful. Welcome to another video. I am excited for you to join me. Today, we are speaking about an exciting topic and we are discussing how to turn on your feminine energy. We are speaking about the winning recipe that brings your feminine energy to life, that lets you radiate beauty from the inside out. So with this video, I want you to think of your feminine energy as this beautiful, delicious, layered cake, the type of cake that people can't stop staring at or indulging in, and each layer adds sweetness, softness, warmth, and irresistible magnetism. Let us discuss the qualities that will help you turn on your feminine energy and radiate beauty from the inside out. I won't spend any more time on the intro. Let's get into this delicious cake and let us discuss each layer that adds to your feminine energy. And the first layer are the core ingredients. And think of the core ingredients as God and your faith. You cannot create a cake without core ingredients, and this would mean flour, eggs, butter, all those delicious ingredients that you need to begin building this cake. Think of your femininity the same way. You cannot have strong, powerful, radiant, beautiful feminine energy without the core ingredient of God leading you, guiding you, showing you exactly what it means to be in your feminine energy and what femininity means in the way that He created it. God and your faith are a core ingredient, because if you are not going on the guidance of what God says femininity is, or what God says He's created within you, as in you getting to know yourself, understand what He put in you. If you don't have a strong foundation of God, you will be easily swept away by the ways of the world. If somebody says you are this, you believe that. If somebody says you are not this, you believe that. Whereas if you stand firm and say, this is what God said He put in me, you will not be moved by the ways of the world, and you will not be moved by the things that people say about you. Instead, you say, I stand on God's truth, and that is who I am, and that is what makes me who I am, and that's what makes me feminine. The reason why this point is so important is because a lot of times people get lost in this feminine journey where they think they're this, they think they're that, or they're just following whichever video they watch and adding all these things that don't even align to them. And then the journey becomes so painful, they're so miserable in it, they're so burnt out, and then they just don't believe in their femininity, or they think it doesn't apply to them. Be authentic to you, and you first have to know who you are, and the best way to know who you are is by studying who God says you are, studying what God has placed in you. What God has placed in you may not be the same as what He's put in the other woman. For example, the things you love, the things you desire may not be the same as somebody else. So it's so important that you start with getting to know you. That is the strongest foundation. And when you know who you are, you will not be moved. When you know what your boundaries are and why you need those boundaries, you will not allow those boundaries to be walked over or disrespected. You will stand firm in who you are, because you truly know who you are, and you love yourself the way that you are because you see yourself through God's eyes. And that's why it's important that God is the core ingredient and the first step to you starting this feminine journey, and the first step to you getting into your feminine energy and turning on your feminine energy. And another reason why being in your faith will help you turn on your feminine energy is because when you are grounded, and when you know that what you're working on is proven, and when you know that it's proven and success is guaranteed, you will be confident in your femininity, and you will be confident in who you are becoming. An example I can give is, the teachings of the world where they say you're this one day, you're that the next day, you're this person this month, you're that the next month. An example I can give here is horoscopes. You are constantly shifting, constantly changing. You can't stay grounded because you're this one day, you're that the next day. You are not this when you know deep down that is who you are, but because the horoscope or whatever it is that you're reading says you are not, you start shifting into what that thing is saying you are, when deep down you know that's not accurate or true. But you're trying to stay trendy, you're trying to, just find yourself in things that are not even proven. You will be lost and you will never feel settled. When you read the Word of God and you understand what true femininity is, because He created it and He's the best guide and teacher to teach us that, you'll be confident in what you are building within yourself. the word of God has stood the test of time. The Bible was written so many years ago and it is still relevant today and it's still relevant in the future. And when you are doing something with that knowledge and something that's backed with that truth, you feel confident in what you're doing. And that is the strongest foundation. And that is what I mean by the core ingredient for this beautiful cake that you already are. But the cake that we're creating, you have to use core ingredients that are proven, ingredients that are guaranteed success, ingredients that are quality ingredients. The teachings of the Bible are quality. Oh my gosh, I just love the teachings in the Bible. And that's why I include as much scripture as I can, because I want you to get the truth of what God's word is. And I want you to receive God's word in the way that you are meant to receive it, because that is the strongest foundation you will ever need to start your journey and to be the woman that you are meant to be. And also what I love about including God as part of your journey is that those things that you need to remove that are blocking your feminine energy, He will reveal them to you. He will reveal them and He'll give you the strength and the courage to get rid of those, to fix them, or to just stop doing those things so that you can truly be the feminine woman that He created you to be. You can be this beautiful energy, this radiant Proverbs 31 woman that He created you to be. Only God can reveal those traumas that you need to heal. Only God can teach you how to heal those traumas, because He knows everything about you and He knows the best way that you can heal. He will reveal it to you. Ask Him and He will tell you. And that is why your faith is a core ingredient, because you need to know what to remove. You need to know how to remove it. And then you need to know what to replace when you remove those negative, toxic traumas or things or people and things that you just need to remove. Whether it's you causing the issue, people around you causing the issue, the environments you're in, only God will reveal the things that are dimming down your feminine energy in the best, deepest, purest way, not the surface level ways. God will reveal it and He will give you the strength and the courage to fix it. He'll give you the wisdom. Like all of a sudden you find the exact video that speaks to you. Only God will bring that to you. There are times I've found videos where I'm like, this is not even something I would have thought of searching. This book is not something I would have thought of reading, but it just falls on your lap miraculously, and that's the answer to what it is you need to work on yourself. So include faith as a core ingredient in your feminine journey, and include God to help you turn on your feminine energy, and I promise you it will be so radiant, so pure, so beautiful, and you'll be happy that you are doing something that is a very strong foundation that cannot be moved by anybody. No worldly anything can move that foundation, because it has stood the test of time and it will always be relevant. The things that you're building within yourself will always be relevant. So with this first point on God and faith, I'll not speak any more on it, only because I have a whole playlist on femininity with God and I include God in so many of my videos. So I will not spend too much time talking on this, but this is a core ingredient. It's the first thing. The scripture, Matthew chapter 6 verses 33 says, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Seek Him first and He will give you everything that you desire and more. God is a God of abundance. God is a God of prosperity. He says that in so many scriptures, and He wants to give you more, but you have to seek Him and His kingdom first. And you seek Him by knowing what His word is. So if you want to turn on your feminine energy in the purest, most potent way that cannot be washed away by anything in this world, find out and embody what God says that looks like. And I promise and I guarantee you will be the most feminine woman that walks into the room. You will be the most feminine version of yourself, that you will be so in love with yourself and people around you will be in love with you as well. And this brings us to the second tip, which is the baked layers. Now that we've used the core ingredients to create this beautiful cake, think of the second part as these baked layers, the bready part. And that is what we are layering with this second part. And what that looks like is your openness. And with openness, I am speaking about being open physically, emotionally, in your spirit, your energy, as well as your aura. And being physically open shows in your body language as well as your facial expressions and your energy. When you are open physically and in your body language and facial expressions, this is what communicates feminine warmth and softness, and that's what makes people invited to you. Like, people are drawn to you, and that's what makes you magnetic. People want to be around you and in your presence because they feel welcome. They feel this softness. Just think of this cozy softness that warmth gives you. When you are open energetically, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, that is what draws people to you. So to be physically open, these are the tips to do it. You have to relax your body, and you do this by rolling your shoulders back. So roll your shoulders once, twice, maybe 3 times. Roll them back, and you'll feel how your body just settles down. And then after you roll your shoulders, unclench your fists if they happen to be clenched. Unclench them, open your arms, open your palms, and that's a body language that communicates openness. Next, we'll focus on your facial expressions, and you want to soften your jaw and open your eyes. So you don't want to look squinty like you are thinking or you're angry, but you want to open your eyes so that they look big, beautiful, and inviting. And then you want to soften your jaw, and you do this by dropping your tongue from the roof of your mouth. The moment you drop it, you will feel how your jaw just softens and how your facial expression is softened, and that is how you will look soft, open, warm, and welcoming. And after you do that, take a few breaths in, out again. And after you do this, you will feel your body open, your facial expressions open, your aura and your energy open. And when you are open, this signals to your mind and your spirit that it is safe to receive. And when you feel that it is safe to receive, that is when you are open and welcoming to people who are coming to you with conversation, they want to say hi, or, just whatever it is. Let's say you're standing in line and a stranger wants to talk to you. You will be open, because when your body is physically open, your mind receives that signal and it is open to receiving other people as well. And that's how you come off warm. That's how you come off soft, engaging, willing to have conversation with other people, and just receiving people. You will fall into your natural feminine energy of receptivity when you are physically open. And once you open yourself physically, you want to start to practice to open yourself spiritually as well as emotionally. So you do this by letting go of judgment, criticism, defensiveness. Instead, you stay calm, collected, and grounded, and open to receiving people, ideas, blessings, and opportunity without resistance. And another layer to being open is to be curious and to be in your playful energy. This is you embodying your light feminine energy. When you are curious and you're just open to what the world is giving you, you're open to the ideas people are bringing before you, and you're receiving them without judgment, and you're receiving them without criticizing them, and you're just receiving what life and what people are bringing to you. You are open to new ideas. You're open to new experiences. This shows that your feminine energy is on, because if you are in your wounded feminine energy, you'll be more closed off. You will not be open to new ideas. You would just be tunnel vision on what it is that you think is right and what it is that you think you want, that you will not be open to what other people are bringing into your life. And if you are operating in that, you are likely to miss blessings, you're likely to miss opportunities, and that is not a good place to be. You do not want to be in a position of regret where you are saying, I had an opportunity to do this, but I said no because I was being stubborn. I said no because I was being defensive and judgmental, and I missed out. And that's why the first point we talked about, where you know your core ingredients, you know who you are, that will allow you to not be misled, because you can still receive, but you know what is not aligned to you, and you can say no without saying no in a judgmental or criticism way. You can say, this is an idea, I see your point, however, it does not work for me and the woman I'm becoming. It does not work for my life. Or you'll be open and say, I've not thought of it that way. Let me try this because this might be a better method. That is what I mean by being open emotionally and in your spirit, and just being mentally open to what life is bringing to you. And then with being playful, when you're open to play and you're open to just enjoy life, your energy will match that. And that will make you so magnetic, ladies. Hear me on this point. When you are playful and you're just a fun spirit, a fun ball of energy, you're bubbly, and you're just playing with life. Even though things happen and you're able to laugh about it instead of being so miserable and bringing everybody down. Yes, take time to experience what you're experiencing. If it's something bad, take time to experience the emotions. However, do not get stuck in those emotions. Get back into play. Life has ups and downs. This is normal. Don't get stuck on the downs. Go back to enjoying life. Go back to enjoying the blessings that are still existing, the opportunities that are still existing, the people who are still in your life that are a blessing to you. Have fun with those people and things and stay in your feminine play. When you are in your light feminine energy, it has such a power. Light feminine energy will get you places that you will be surprised that that is all it took to get you to where you were desiring to be. I'll give an example in a workplace. Who is more magnetic? A woman who is just vibrating light feminine energy. She's enthusiastic. She's complimenting people. She's excited about her work and everything that's coming in the day, versus somebody who is in their wounded feminine energy and they are just irritated that they have to do this. They're irritated that somebody is asking something of them, even though it's their job. They're difficult to work with because they're just stubborn, resistant. They want things done one way and they're not open to anything. That is what I mean by your light feminine energy, and being open and playful and fun will get you places, because that fun, light energy is more magnetic than the other closed off energy that repels people. Nobody wants to be around that. It's painful to work with people like that. So do not be that person. That is not a layer of cake that we want. We want this fluffy, bready pieces of layer. I keep calling it a bready piece. What is it called? But you know what I mean. That delicious, sweet layer of cake that is filling, that is, it fills your stomach and it's fun to eat. It's delicious. It's exciting. You're looking forward to it. Be that fluffy layer of cake that people enjoy eating. And this brings us to the third layer, which is the sweet cream filling. And this is your nurturing qualities. And with this point, I'm speaking about nurturing yourself and nurturing other people. As women, sometimes we are so giving that we tend to neglect ourselves and forget to nurture ourselves. With this point, pour back into yourself, and this is what will turn on your feminine energy, and this is what will keep your feminine energy bright and vibrant. So one way to nurture yourself is to stop the Miss Independent attitude. And this can be difficult. I know I am someone who used to believe into this narrative until I realized that it is not serving me or helping me, and it is not me nurturing myself. So if this applies to you, stop the Miss Independent attitude. Yes, you can do it yourself, but God created the world that you are supposed to operate in a community setting, and this means you allow people to help you where you need help. Now, don't get me wrong. Being independent, it's a beautiful quality. It's good to have that confidence of knowing I can take care of things if it comes to it. I know I have it in me to do this, do that, take care of business and get things done. A beautiful quality. However, when you are so independent to where you're being burned out, you're exhausted, you are bitter because you're not getting help when it's so clear you need help, that will turn off your feminine energy. For you to turn on your feminine energy, be receptive and be open to receiving help when people are offering it. Because the truth is, being the strongest woman in the room is not a compliment. I used to think it was, but it's truly not. Because when people think you don't need my help, they go to the person that needs help. Think of it in a medical emergency. If you are showing signs of, I'm okay, I don't need this, I can take care of myself, people will go to the person that looks like they need help. And this becomes a problem when you are pretending that you are independent, you're pretending that you don't need help, or you may not be pretending, you're just being stubborn because you think I have to be the strongest woman, I am Miss Independent. You will burn yourself out and you will only be bitter and miserable because you will go, why are people not helping me? It's so clear I need help. But it's the energy you give of I don't need you. It's the words you may be saying. Some people will literally say, I don't need you, especially with dating. Some women will say, I don't need a man, I don't need this. That man will go to the woman who is open to receiving his help and receiving his masculine energy. So yes, be independent, but know when to tone it down. Know when to ask for help because it's easier when somebody is helping you, or you will do whatever the task is quicker because you have somebody else doing it with you. Asking for help is not weakness. Asking for help is strength. It's responsibility. It shows that I'm taking care of myself. I am nurturing myself by getting help from other people or getting help in ways that I need it. Sometimes getting help means hiring a professional service, or asking a friend to help you with something, asking somebody who is qualified to help you with whatever it is that you are needing help in. So it's not weakness to ask for help. You don't need to be the strongest woman in the room. I will say it again, it's not a compliment, especially if it is resulting in you being burned out and unhappy and being out of your feminine energy. It's not a compliment. Ask for help. Nurture yourself by doing that, and you will be happier and your feminine energy will be turned on. Another thing that I want to say is when you are getting help from people, be sure that you are not correcting them or telling them you're doing this wrong, I can do it better, micromanaging. Be sure that you are not doing that. If you are getting help, relax in your feminine energy. Let the person do what they are here to help you do, and just be grateful. That's one thing you don't have to do. That's one thing that's off your plate. So I just wanted to add that there as part of receiving help. Be sure that you are not correcting people because that'll come off annoying. And even when you ask for help the next time, that person will likely say no because of the way you treated them the last time that they were helping you. The second point that I want to mention on nurturing yourself and this sweet cream feeling is to stop the hustling, stop the chasing. And I want to add this because there's nothing sweet or delicious in the layers of cake about hustling and being burned out in hustling. And why I'm including this is that working hard does not equal success. So for example, you could be working 3 jobs and still be struggling financially. You'll be hustling, burned out, tired, sleep deprived, all these things, and yet you're still struggling financially. Hustling does not equal success, and neither does chasing equal success. So think of nurturing yourself on this point as adding things that will help you achieve the things that you want, but in ways that are less hustling, less chasing. So with the example of working 3 jobs, maybe start to think of ways that you can create income versus getting a 3rd job or a 4th job. Maybe use the money that you're making to invest in financial products that pay you, so your money is working to create more money. Create secondary income, maybe by starting a business of your own. That way you are pouring energy and time into something that is yours and something that will reward you. When you have your own business, there is no ceiling to how much income you can make. Whereas with a second job, the ceiling is what your employer determines. If they say we are giving you minimum wage, it does not matter whether you put in 20 hours, you are getting minimum wage. Whereas if you have your own business, there is no ceiling to how much you can make. The only ceiling is if you are not putting energy into that, as in you're not, improving on your products, you're not adding new products, you're giving bad customer service. Yes, that will put a ceiling on how much you can earn. However, if you have the energy to work 3 jobs, you have the energy to create your own business and pour into that business good customer service, good quality that will result in you making income. And when you are feeling financially safe, that will bring your feminine energy up because you have safety. You're not hustling. You're not stressed out. You're not in survival mode. Survival mode will quickly turn off your feminine energy. Nurture yourself and get out of survival mode, because that is when your feminine energy will thrive, when you are in safety, when you have a peace of mind and you're just enjoying life and the things that life can give you. We were not placed on this earth to work and pay bills. There is so much more that life has to offer you. Find a balance that works for you. And when you are in that balance, that is you nurturing yourself. And when you are nurturing yourself, your feminine energy will be up and radiant. And another point that I want to mention on nurturing yourself is to speak life and positivity into yourself. Do this through affirmations. Do this by speaking the things that you want in your life versus the negative things that you don't want. Think blessings, speak blessings, think gratitude, see the blessings that exist. Stay in a positive mindset, and that is one way to nurture yourself. Life is hard enough as it is. There's so much chaos around the world. Within you, there should not be chaos. Within your mind, within your body, within your emotions, there should be as much peace as you can give yourself, and nurture yourself to give yourself that peace. Speak affirmations, speak positivity, and I will go back to the first point. Go back to God, biblical teachings that will give you the best peace you will ever have. No matter what storm you are in, God will give you a peace that will surpass your own understanding. He says that in the scripture. God does not lie, and if he says it, it is true. And as part of nurturing yourself, this also means doing things you love, taking care of your body. I'll speak on self-care always. However, I will not go into detail on self-care in this video because I have so many videos where I speak about self-care. But take care of yourself. Do the things you love. I will always say, use your money to spoil yourself. Budget it, of course, but use your money to spoil yourself. You are not here to work and pay bills. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Spend that money to do things you love. Nurture yourself. That financial abundance that you have is a blessing from God. Bless yourself with it. Go out there and do something that brings a smile on your face. Do something that you love. Something that puts you in your light, playful energy, as we discussed, something that just livens you up, awakens you, and a beautiful memory that you will be speaking about for years to come. Use your money on yourself to buy experiences, adventures, and spend it on hobbies and your health. Also, skincare, gym memberships, dentist, whatever it is, use your money on yourself, invest in yourself. This is part of you nurturing yourself, and you will be so much happy. And when you're happy, your feminine energy will be up and vibrating high. And that is one way you turn it on. And also, I will add this point really quickly. Be sure that you are resting. That is part of nurturing yourself. Rest and take naps if you have to. There's no shame in taking a nap. Respect yourself by shutting off the world for a little bit and go rest for an hour, and you will be in your radiant feminine energy when you are rested versus when you are exhausted. And this brings us to the fourth point, which is the ingredient of the Crumb Coat, or the first layer of frosting. And what this means with your feminine energy, it means that you trust and surrender. Trust and surrender are the binding ingredient in your feminine energy. And this means drop the boxing gloves, drop the suitcase, and drop the tool bag. And this is what I mean by this. With the boxing gloves, your feminine energy will not thrive when you are holding boxing gloves and you're just fighting the world. You're on defense mode. You are, you're just ready to fight people, and with fighting, sometimes physically. Some people are fighting physically, but this could also mean, you're just very defensive. You are easily offended, and, you're just one way, my way type of energy. That is you having boxing gloves on, and it is not cute. And I want you to have that visual, because if you're walking around with boxing gloves, you're ready to go. You're ready to fight everybody. Somebody's coming to you with open, fun, feminine energy, and you put up boxing gloves. That is not going to help your feminine energy. It will not help your relationships, and it will not help the opportunities and blessings that life is giving you. And this is why I always speak about healing and doing inner work, because the more that you heal, the more that you will not feel the need to put up those those boxing gloves. If somebody says something, you are okay to just say, you are projecting your negativity onto me. I will not engage with you. I will walk away and continue to be in my high, thriving, radiating feminine energy. That is queen energy, and that is the place where you want to be. You don't want to be someone that's engaging in disagreements constantly with this person, that next person. Think of the energy that you carry when you are arguing with somebody, when you are defensive, when you're just interacting with people that way. Think of how negative and draining and, just down that energy feels. That is not going to turn on your feminine energy, the one that we're discussing in this video. The high feminine energy that we're discussing that you want to turn on is you being able to just observe somebody and not react. You don't have to put on the boxing gloves. And if you do, there is a time and a place, and you know how to do it. Same with the sport of boxing. There's a time and a place, and it's in the boxing ring. After they leave the boxing ring, they remove them. I mean, I don't watch that sport. I can't watch that sport. It's just too much for me. But the point is, there's a place to have your boxing gloves on. There's a time, and the rest of the time, drop them. You don't need them. It's extremely off-putting and scary when somebody just has boxing gloves on and it shows in their facial expressions, their body language, their words, their word choices, how they're responding. It's extremely off-putting, and I wanted to use this word so you have the visual of, if you wake up angry, you have those boxing gloves on, and that's how you are walking up to people. That's how you are showing up. That is not going to bring the warmth that we spoke about in the openness portion of the video. It will not bring the warmth or the softness that brings people in and that would make your feminine energy magnetic. So you want to let those go. The other thing you need to let go of is the suitcase. Surrender the suitcase and think of the suitcase as baggage. You don't want to carry baggage and, you're just holding this baggage everywhere that you go. It is draining. Think of how exhausted and drained you feel when you are physically carrying luggage. Don't carry emotional luggage. Don't carry emotional baggage. Don't carry spiritual baggage. Let things go so that you can be light and free and fun. And when you do, your feminine energy will instantly turn on and you will feel it, and the rest of the people around you will feel it too. And the other thing to let go of is the tool bag. And with the tool bag, I mean, if you're somebody who wants to control people, you want to fix people's lives, you are constantly seeing what is wrong with a situation or with somebody, that you're just ready to fix it, and you're offending people in the process. You are coming off critical, judgmental because you have your tool bag ready to go. You do not want to be that person. That will not give you radiant feminine energy. Receive people the way they are. Accept people the way they are. Always remember, everybody is on their own journey. It is not your responsibility to teach people how to behave, except your children. Other than that, any adult, it is not your responsibility. Focus on you. Put the tool bag on you. Continue to do inner work on yourself. Continue to work on your weaknesses or the things that need working within you, the qualities that you're trying to develop, the things that you're trying to get rid of about yourself. You are your biggest project, and your life is enough to keep you busy. You don't have to focus on somebody else's life and what they're doing and trying to control somebody else. Look at how much you can do within yourself, and this is your mental, your emotional, your spiritual. And then we go into things like, financial, building businesses, and your job, your career. There is so much that can keep you busy about your life that you need to keep the tool bag to yourself and not to other people. So be sure that you are dropping these things, surrender them, let them go, and the weight that you may have had from carrying any or all of these things, you will feel lighter in yourself. You will feel lighter in your spirit, your energy, your aura. You will fall in love with yourself because you're putting your energy, time, and effort in yourself and in the right places and things. You can never control other people. You can only control yourself, and you'll be happier when you start to put energy, time, and effort into yourself. So always remember this point. It is not you against the world. It is you against the old version of you. It is you against the wounded version of you. And this means that you are fighting old beliefs, old habits, old mindsets that are not serving you. It is so hard to change an old habit that is a wrong habit, that is a habit that's not serving you. That will keep you more than busy, but use that energy to fight that rather than trying to fight the world, wearing boxing gloves to the rest of the world and, just walking around with that type of energy. It is you against the old wounded version of you and not you against the world. And when you have that energy, you'll be happier when you're interacting with people. You'll be happier to go out there because you know that it's not me against the world. I'm giving the world love. I'm giving other people love. And I'm giving love to myself too, even though I have, something I'm working on. I'm doing inner work. I'm doing it through the lens of love and not actually fighting me, but developing, growing, and changing my perspective so that I am a healthier, happier, feminine version of myself. And this brings us to the fifth point, which is the decorative frosting. And think of this as receptivity. Think of how we receive decorative frosting and how it calls us and just how delicious it looks. This is your receptivity, the feminine quality of receiving. So with this point, a lot of femininity videos will speak about receiving in terms of receiving gifts, receiving compliments, just receiving things that serve them. And yes, that is true and accurate. Definitely be somebody that's able to receive, but also receiving means receiving people without judging them, criticizing them, or just not accepting people for who they are. This is something that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, because if you embody the feminine quality of receiving, this means you will receive people's ideas and opinions without being offensive, without being defensive, without judging them or making them feel not smart for what it is that they're bringing to you, what it is that they're saying in their thought process. But instead, you receive people wholly for who they are. And as I mentioned in the video, you can receive someone even if their idea is not something that's aligned to you. You can still receive it and say, this does not apply to me. Now, I'm not saying say that to them, but you just know, because you know who you are and you know what does not work for you. You can simply say in your mind or in your thoughts, this does not apply to me. This does not align with me. However, I receive your idea. I see your point of view. I understand why you think that way. I understand why this works for you. That is receptivity. Rather than saying this idea is wrong, this idea is dumb, this doesn't work, it's only wrong to you because it doesn't align or apply with you. And that is okay. However, receive people as they are. If they think this way, this is where they are in life. Let them be. Let people be. And, don't react and just go on to doing the things that do work for you. And also receiving people's opinions, because some people will quickly escalate something into an argument. They'll quickly get aggressive, and it's simply somebody's opinion. Like on YouTube itself, sometimes you'll be reading comments and people are actually fighting in the comments. And it always blows my mind, because I'm just like, you literally didn't have to respond. You can just say, this is somebody's opinion. It may be a wrong opinion. It may not be a right opinion. It's an opinion that doesn't apply, whatever it is. But to get to the extent of fighting somebody's opinion, that is not radiant feminine energy. It is not divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy is, I receive you as you are, and I will not react. I will respond. I'll respond with class. I'll respond with elegance. I will respond, but, not judging you, not criticizing you, not belittling you, not making you feel stupid for what you believe in. We are humans. We all have different opinions. We have different experiences. We have different beliefs and morals, and that is okay. But the point that I'm making on this point of receptivity is receiving people and being open to their ideas, being welcoming to who they are and without judging them, and letting people be on their path in life, letting people experience what life is teaching them. Another example I can give with this is on the point of modesty. Some people will literally judge somebody because they think they are showing too much skin. But modesty has different meaning to different people. Some people view modesty as being completely covered up, and some people view modesty as, I can wear a short skirt, but a short skirt to a certain length. Receive people as they are rather than judging someone and making them feel bad for the way that they're showing up. People are on their own journey in life, and eventually they will learn what life is meant to teach them. Eventually they'll experience what life is meant to get them through. It is not your job, I'll repeat it again, it is not your job to teach people how to be. It's not your job to, drop the tool bag. As I mentioned, drop the tool bag. It is not your job to fix people or their lives. Focus the tool bag on your life, and you will be so much happier, because when the tool bag is on your life, you are becoming a better version of yourself each and every day, and every time that you do inner work, and that will make you happier. And who knows, you will be an inspiration to somebody out there that they say, I too would like to transform and, be my version of a woman that's radiating feminine energy, high quality feminine energy. So focus on yourself, and naturally you will inspire other people around you instead of using forceful energy to try to change people. That is not feminine, to use force, and it will not serve you. It will turn people off, and it just won't work well for anybody. So I didn't mean to get off topic, but I just wanted to emphasize the point of receiving. Receiving also means you are receiving people, and when you're receiving people as they are, people are comfortable to be themselves around you. People are free to bring ideas and opinions and suggestions to you. That is the decorative frosting that I'm speaking about. It just brings people in, and it's that soft, warm, delicious layer of the cake that we're discussing that adds to your feminine energy. You'll be happier when people are open to you and giving you ideas and bringing things that you may not even have thought of, because people are free to speak to you. You will grow in the process from having conversations with people. You expand your mind, your ideas, your beliefs, because you're speaking to so many people about different things, and you are receiving them without shutting them down, turning things off, and just being cold and blocked off. So remember, the sweet decorative frosting is not defensive, it's not aggressive, it's not argumentative. Instead, it is soft, warm, delicious, pure, inviting, fluffy, just delicious. And that is what you want to be. People will be drawn to you. You will be magnetic because your decorative frosting is inviting. And this brings us to the final layer, which is the garnish. And think of this as your external beauty, how you present externally, your appearance. This is the garnish that just adds that extra beauty on the cake. With this point, think of investing in your looks and your appearance as you investing in the blessings and the opportunities that your appearance will attract. The way that you show up directly impacts the blessings, the opportunities, and the way that people treat you. Unfortunately, this is just how humans are, and your external presentation is important. It's something that should not be ignored, and I'll speak about it in my videos, because we are working on ourselves holistically, internally as well as externally, and you should not neglect either one. If you're working on your internal, do not neglect your external. If you're working on your external, do not neglect your internal appearance as well. And the truth is, when you show up as your best externally, that affects how you feel internally. You will feel your best internally. You will be radiating confidence and excitement and enthusiasm when you are around people. Think of the days when you say, this outfit is so good, I don't want to waste it. I want people to see me. I want to be out there. That is the energy that dressing up brings within you. And that's why it's important that you pay attention to your appearance, because when you have that energy of, I don't want to waste this outfit. I am going out there to interact with people. The way you interact with people will be magnetic. You will be the most fun version of you because you want to engage with people. You want to talk to people. You want to interact with people. The stories you'll be telling, the things you'll be saying, you'll be funny. You'll be just fun, light, and bubbly. And that is the effect that how you dress up and how you show up, how it affects you, yourself. And then also when you are giving that beautiful energy, that beautiful conversation, people will remember you and say, you know, I want to work with her on this project. I want to give her this assignment. I want to buy my products from her. I want to give her my business. That is how you bring opportunities and blessings, and through the simple act of dressing up and paying attention to how you are showing up that day. And another way to summarize this, think of how you are showing up, your appearance, how you're dressed up. Think of that as your bait. What are you catching based on how you are dressed? Because if you are dressed provocative and you're showing a lot, you will attract and catch a certain type of man. If you are dressed modest, classy, elegant, you will attract certain type of people. If you are dressed professional, you're in a suit, you're in whatever, you will attract a certain type of opportunity based on how you are dressed. If you go outside in pajamas, a bonnet, I don't care type of outfits, you will attract a certain type of energy and a certain type of people dressed in that outfit. Your bait determines what you will catch. Think of it that way. When you are dressing up, ask yourself, what am I trying to catch based on how I am dressed today, based on how I am showing up? Because that is an investment. When you go out there, that bait, that outfit you're wearing, you are investing in what you will catch. Like I said, if you're dressed elegant, classy, modest, what you will catch with that outfit was you investing in that thing that you caught. I hope I explained that in the way that I was trying to explain it. I hope you got the point that I was trying to make. And one more thing that I want to mention on external appearance, be sure that you are not doing things that do not align to you. I will mention this always, because don't try to put on a show. You will not be the happiest. You will not feel your most feminine. You will thrive the most when you are highlighting your natural self, when you are being in your natural element. However, with this point, I'm speaking about enhancing how you present and, showing up as your best self. Take time and effort rather than just saying, I don't need to do this, and you're not realizing that that is one way that you're blocking blessings and opportunities. That's why I wanted to include this point. So make it a point to dress up at least 90% of the time, even when you are home, even if you are by yourself, dress up for yourself. Because when you do it for yourself, you're teaching your mind and you're teaching yourself, I am worthy of showing up as the best. I am worthy of the best of the best. If you only dress up because you're going to see somebody, you only dress up because you're going to work, you are teaching your mind, I show up my best for other people. That is not queen energy, and that will not serve you in the end. Work on your mental by the things that you are doing for yourself. These subtle things add up. So be sure that you're not ignoring it. Dress up for yourself. Even if it's the pajamas that you have, get the classy, elegant pajamas and wear those rather than the ripped pajamas that don't look good on you or they don't fit you, or clothes that you hate. Get rid of clothes that you hate, clothes that don't fit you, clothes that don't compliment you. You show up for yourself and everywhere else that you are going. Dress up 90% of the time. Enhance your natural features. Don't try to change who you are. Enhance who you are. That is the point of investing in your external appearance. It's enhancement. It's not changing. So those are all the tips that I have for you in this video, and I hope that you were able to visualize the different layers that all add up to make this beautiful cake. The external is necessary, but you cannot be fooled from just the final garnish. It looks beautiful, it's attractive, however, it's not filling. You need those fluffy layers that we discussed, and you cannot just have a cake that's just the layers, the fluffy, bready layers. You need the garnish, you need the frosting. All these things add up to make this beautiful package of your feminine energy. And that's why I wanted to give the visual of the cake, because the truth is, your feminine energy is so beautiful. It's so delicious. When people want to be around you because you're radiating that. Think of it that way. They are enjoying the cake that you're giving them. They just want more of that cream filling. They want more of those layers, and they just want every part of it. And this is not only people, you as well. When you are in your feminine energy, you will enjoy being yourself more. You'll be at peace, you'll be happy, you'll be joyful. And when you're radiating peace, calmness, it's such a beautiful thing that you just want to indulge in it. Like, you just, as I mentioned in the video, indulging in the beautiful cake. Everybody loves cake, so think of your feminine energy that way. And another reason why I wanted to give the visual of cake is because October is my birthday month, and this just fits perfectly. I'm like, I'll be eating cake. Matter of fact, I got cake. I got a red velvet cake to celebrate this video and to celebrate my birthday month. And that was another inspiration for the concept of this video and the different layers. It's a red velvet cake with white chocolate, and just the different layers that we've been discussing, the frosting, the bready part, the sweet filling in between, the beautiful garnish, the garnish of the chocolate. All these things add up to make it beautiful. You will not only want to eat garnish, you will not call that cake. You don't only want to eat the bready part, it will be too dry. You want everything to work perfectly so that you can enjoy the true beautiful taste of the cake. And that is what your feminine energy is like. When you turn it on, ladies, I am telling you, it is so beautiful. You will enjoy your feminine energy. People around you will enjoy your feminine energy. So yeah, go out there and enjoy the cake that is your feminine energy and actual cake. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you again for watching my video. I wanted to say, take a moment to check out my online jewelry store, Pretty Dainty. It is faith-based jewelry that is both elegant and beautiful, and when you wear it, it is a reminder of God's love and His promises for us and His plans for our lives. I will link the website below, and happy shopping with lots of love, Nia.